All right, welcome to my mug shot. I'm looking directly at the camera, but I don't know why it doesn't look like it's looking directly at me. But today's topic is going to be simple. It's going to be about customer service via your famous T-Mobile. I've been a member of T-Mobile now for about 2 years. I did the full switch over from Sprint. Well, so far my experience hasn't been too bad, but my daughter's experience has been a hassle. A couple weeks ago, she had everything attacked. All the social media accounts were hacked. Her banking account was hacked. Her phone was hacked. To the point where, her phone was completely rendered useless. So what do? First thing I do with her phone is I do a factory reset on her phone. I do a factory reset on her phone for the simple reason is because if there was a keylogger installed, and if somebody doesn't know what it is, it's basically a code that they can put on your phone, and they can log every keystroke that you make on your phone. It's as simple as that. That's why they call it a keylogger. So if you're going into your banking account or into your social media accounts and you're either putting in the password or changing the password, they can record all of this. All right. So basically, by doing a reset, I was told you pretty much wipe all that stuff out and you start fresh. Well, after we did that, we tried to set up her phone, couldn't get it activated. Both eSIMs weren't working properly. Spent a couple hours on the phone between T-Mobile / Sprint and even Apple, and got nowhere. Within 24 hours after fiddling around with it more, we got it to work. Got it to work, but everything was showing up on her secondary eSIM, not her primary eSIM, which seemed to be a problem. Only because she couldn't get any of her contacts, any of her videos, any of her pictures, anything of that nature. Okay. Anytime she made a call to somebody or text somebody, it would show up as an email rather than her information, as far as her name, her phone number, and all that. You know how that shows up on your call screen. So again, today spent about 2, 3, maybe 4 hours on the phone between Sprint / T-Mobile or T-Mobile / Sprint, whatever you want to call it. They keep on bouncing you around from one customer service to the next, to one advanced text to the next. They have you go in there. They have you try to delete all these eSIMs and reactivate them and do non-stop factory resets and stuff of that nature. And guess what? None of it resolved the issue. Spent about 45 minutes on the phone with Apple because they were saying that it's an Apple issue. Apple actually did one of those scenarios where they can actually take over your phone. They went in there, they're checking out all their settings and stuff. Everything was right. The phone was still acting weird, and they said it was very strange. But they said apparently your eSIMs are not activating properly. That's going to be a T-Mobile solution. But they said you're better off going to the store because if you keep talking to them on the phone, you're going to get the same runaround. Well, called them on the phone. They were supposed to send a new phone over a week ago. They never did. So that's what triggered the call to them again today. Okay? Got absolutely nowhere. The last person I talked to came from some call center across the pond somewhere. Now, I don't have a problem with people from across the pond per se, but, depending on what call center it's coming from and what country it's coming from, there's a big language issue where they can barely understand you and you can barely understand them. All right? So that got absolutely nowhere. Still refused to send my daughter a replacement phone because Apple said that phone's defective. Because even though the eSIMs are built into the phone, it's an activation issue on their side because of the fact that the phone was hacked. But T-Mobile keeps on trying to, pass the buck down to somebody else instead of taking the responsibility. Now, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it was reported about a week or two ago that 37 million T-Mobile accounts were hacked. Yes, that's the second time that T-Mobile data center has been hacked by a hacker or hacker group or whoever. And obviously, because I called them and they said the fact that I got 2 phones and my phone numbers, those were the only things that were taken. None of my account numbers, my payment information, blah, 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 blah. Well, I kind of don't believe that. And I kind of don't believe that at all. I really don't. And then obviously for my kid, well, you know what? They really did a number on my kid because they got in there and they really caused a lot of damage, even to the point where her entire checking account was wiped out. The individual that took over her Instagram account, believe it or not, it's still up. And they got fundraisers going on there. They're making money hand over fist off her Instagram account. That's for another video because we can't get that resolved either. But anyways, went over to the local Sprint store or T-Mobile because there are no more Sprint stores. And they were going to attempt to put in a physical SIM card. But because my daughter recently lost her ID, guess what? They won't even help her. Okay? Now, this problem could have been solved very easily. Last week you said you were going to send a phone because you deemed yourself that there was an issue with the phone. You never sent it. You put me through the back and forth ringer again with your call centers. Okay, and in my opinion, inexperienced call center reps. I've been playing with phones and computers for the last couple of decades. There's nothing about a phone or computer that I don't know about or I don't know how to deal with. Okay? One rep told us, yeah, well, you can claim that under warranty. She's got to have to file a claim. I says, no, she's not filing a claim because there's a deductible. She didn't break the phone, lose the phone's not wet, nothing. Okay? This phone was screwed up based on somebody getting a hold of her phone from the outside, okay, which was more than likely caused by the data breach over at T-Mobile. And T-Mobile / Sprint refuses to do anything about it, and I'm a little pissed, but where do I go from here? Hire a lawyer? What's that going to cost you? Right? I am considering maybe just pulling my phones out of T-Mobile and taking myself elsewhere. I mean, both my phones are all bought and paid for. They're both unlocked devices. They can go to any carrier throughout the country. So if you got issues with your T-Mobile account, I strongly recommend first you call them up and you ask them, was your information part of the 37 million Americans, okay, who had their information taken? Another thing, if your phone's not password protected, go ahead and protect it now. Another thing, what I would do, just in case a keylogger script was installed on your phone that you don't know about, go ahead and do a factory reset on your phone. Start it all over again like it's brand new. Don't start from a backup. Start it off as a brand new device. And then take it from there.